both the reviewers say, accept the paper immediately with no changes, the most common kinds of comments then that come back are minor or major revisions, or words to that effect in your response letter. Common decision: if the reviewers consider the paper almost ready for publication, that would be minor revisions. The paper will not require a second round of review. Major revisions: this indicates that there are serious issues that require significant changes and reanalyses. And bear in mind that if you get back a letter from the editor that says substantial revisions, major revisions, comprehensive revisions, or words to that effect, your paper is almost certain to go back to the same reviewers again, or at least they're going to be given the opportunity to have a look at your paper again. So keep that in mind when responding to the comments. If you've received comments back from a journal, great. If you've waited more than 8 to 10 weeks, write to the editor, ask for information. You get the comments back. How are you going to respond? Be positive. Be comprehensive. Show the editor that you take the process seriously. Make a response document that interleaves review comments with your responses. Do all the comments, even the small ones, and keep those responses sensible and polite. Even if you get comments back that you don't agree with, even if you get comments back that you feel unfair, get into that response document. Be polite, be comprehensive, give the editor back what they need to see to make a quick decision about your paper. The most important thing is to show the editor that you take the process seriously. Make a response document that interleaves review comments with your responses. Do all the comments, even the small ones, and be sensible and polite. So be comprehensive, be polite, get all the comments into that revised document if possible, addressing one by one all of the comments. Here is an example of a response document to comments received in peer review. At the top is the editorial summary. We would like to thank the 2 peer reviewers who worked on our paper for their considerable efforts and for the time they devoted to our work. We have made almost all the changes requested and enclose a revised manuscript. Changes to our paper can be seen in red. Show the editor how you are going to illustrate your changes. And as you can see here, polite, constructive comments in response to those editorial reviewer comments, and doing all of them, even the small one, even that little comment. Please use American English spelling throughout. Thank you for the editorial comment. We would like to thank the reviewer for this insightful and accurate comment. Be polite, be comprehensive. You will then get your reviewers feeling good about your paper. If people read, thank you for the insightful comment, thank you for the time that you spent on my work, they think, yes, I did spend lots of time on this. I did make an insightful comment. They feel good. They're going to be more likely to give your paper a second favorable review. However, if you get negative reviews, if you get bad reviews, there are tricks to manage those as well. Try not to worry about negative comments. Respond to things that you disagree with by folding your responses into the middle of your response letter and surround them with positivity. Surround them with comments that you do agree with. Start your response letter by being positive. Tell the editor first about the comments received that you agree with and talk about the changes you made. Fold those comments to negative reviews into the middle of the response letter, and overall give the impression of positivity and politeness. Editors want to see that you're taking the review process seriously. If you disagree with comments, you can explain clearly using citation and evidence. A reviewer can say whatever they want about your paper without any evidence, but you, the author, when responding to those comments, have to be polite, have to be comprehensive, and have to have evidence. If you disagree with a comment that a reviewer makes on your paper, come back at them with evidence so that the journal editor will think, I agree with the author. Don't forget, the response letters that come back from journals are automatically generated within their journal systems based on buttons that the editor will click. So often they give the game away. You can tell if your paper is likely to be accepted For example, in situations where you've received another round of review comments, but the email looks a bit different, check the contents of your peer review comments emails carefully. Because if the journal is forwarding production or copyright transfer information, they expect your paper's going to get accepted. This is because the journal wants to speed up their workflow. So even if the editor is asking you for additional revisions, they may also include copyright information, production information in the email. That means that your outcome is likely to be positive. However, how can you manage rejection and appeals? We often get rejected as academics. Unfortunately, this is one line of work that you can have where you get rejected more often than probably almost any other. Unless you work in sales, for example, you're likely as an academic to receive lots of rejection. So if you feel unfairly treated, write to the editor, communicate to the editor. If you feel your research was well done, if you feel the comments you've received in review are unfair, if your research deserves to reach that journal's audience, it's always worth writing to the editor and saying, I feel the comments were unfair. Please, can we look at sending the paper to another potential reviewer, and give the editor those reasons why you feel the reviews were unfair. It works for me in my career on a number of occasions. Being confident and believing in my work, I found, was the key to success as a researcher, and it can work for you as well. Be confident and believe in your work. We got comments back on this Nature Communications paper that were terrible, so rude, so angry, and so unfair. The paper got rejected. We wrote to the editor. We said, we feel the comments we received are unfair for these reasons. Please, can you reconsider? Maybe you'll send the paper out for a second round of reviews. And the editor agreed with us. The editor did that. And in the end, the paper did get accepted. So don't miss out on those opportunities to publish in leading international journals just because you get unfairly treated during the review process. You can always write an appeal to the editor. However, if you get flat out rejected, if the journal gives you the finger, journal giving you the finger, negative review comments, don't agree, this is totally normal. Peer reviewers are humans. Editors are guided by reviews. Our advice is to try not to just take it. Try not to move on too fast. Try not to get down about negative comments. Sit back, take a few days, let the comments disappear, let the comments settle a little bit, have a look at them again. They probably won't be as bad as you first thought. Write to the editor, communicate. Why are the reviewers incorrect? Try to give the editor some evidence for that, if you can, citations, additional material, and keep in mind that very often journal editors change their minds following direct communication from authors. Around 40% of articles in leading international journals were initially rejected following peer review. Journal gives you the finger, negative review comments, don't agree, have a think about how you can write to the editor and put your case to them for another round of reviews, perhaps a resubmission if you feel you can make all the changes that are being requested. Indeed, next time we will talk about how to perform peer review as a researcher. We will talk about how you can do this. We will talk about how you can comment on the work of others in a positive, in an effective way. Don't forget that your job is not to act as an editor. Your job is to act as an evaluator of the academic content. We have discussed what peer review is, how to select peer reviewers, what the different decisions that journals may make mean, how you can respond effectively to peer review, and how you can manage rejection and appeals as an early career researcher. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Gareth Dyke. This has been a presentation brought to you jointly with Bentham Science Publishers. Have a great day. Thanks again. Talk soon.